Hello, my name is Javier Chagoyen Lázaro, Chief Financial Officer for the City of Oxnard. We will be presented the budget and planning software acquisition and implementation recommendations. Recommendation that the Finance and Governance Committee recommends that City Council 1. Approve and authorize the City Manager to execute a 5-year agreement with OpenGov Inc. for OpenGov budgeting and planning software, as well as OpenGov reporting and transparency software for a not to exceed amount of $771,493. And 2. Approve a budget appropriation of $60,110 in fiscal year 23-24 Information Technology Fund from available fund balance. Background. As indicated in the staff report, in October 2019, the city engaged in the implementation of a new enterprise resource planning system, ERP, with Tyler Technologies to replace existing software and certain manual processes. The new ERP system will support centralizing and connecting data, as well as automating certain city business processes and operations in 6 key areas: financials, human capital management, time and attendance, community development, asset maintenance, and utility billing. Financials has been the first of these areas to go live in October 22. Core Financials, as the model is called, provides automatic control and electronic workflow approvals for purchasing, accounts payable, accounts receivable, project management, financial reporting, cashiering, and fixed asset accounting. Fiscal year 22-23 will be the first fiscal year that external auditors will review the controls and financials recorded with it, the new ERP. In March 2023, during the ERP annual report to City Council, staff shared that during the implementation of the ERP financials, Tyler budget and planning functionality would not meet the city requirements. One of the major areas of concerns was forecasting employment costs. At the council meeting, it was mentioned that staff would explore other solutions to support the budget and planning processes and would bring them back to council for consideration. The staff went through the evaluation processes, reviewed demos from 3 different software providers, conducted multiple references, and is presenting today's recommendations based on that analysis as matching the city needs, not only to support budget software, but also as a tool to assist with long-term financial planning. If the recommendation is adopted, the software would be implemented before the end of winter 2023, and will start using the software during the preparation of fiscal year 24-25 budget, with full implementation ready for the preparation of fiscal year 25-26 budget. Why Oxnard needs a budgeting and planning software? The preparation of the city's annual operating budget is a complex process that requires extensive coordination and collaboration among city departments within very tight deadlines. There are many moving parts from multiple sources, like estimating staffing levels and the costs associated with the total number of employees, department proposed operating and capital project expenditures, estimating the different types of revenues and the impact on each city fund and program. All this information is received in multiple spreadsheets, and it has to be combined, consolidated, and analyzed. And to provide an idea of the magnitude of these tasks, I just wanted to mention the city records activities in 74 funds, like the general fund or the water fund, 80 sub-funds like landscape maintenance districts, 10 functions from general government to public safety, 17 departments from city attorney, fire department, or housing department, 33 divisions like fire prevention, fire suppressions within those departments, and 316 object codes or accounts to recognize revenues and expenditures. The information that is received in these forms has to be revised, allocated to different departments and programs, and to provide a full understanding of the cost to implement certain services to the community and how those services are funded. After multiple iterations, there are certain calculations to assign an appropriate budget to different programs that serve the community, identifying those funding sources. The information is presented to City Council for review and input, and later is presented for adoption. Collecting and consolidating budget information from multiple departments is done manually, increasing the risk of errors, reducing the ability to provide in-depth analysis to support departments and programs, and limiting the reporting capabilities to communicate the budget to the community and to support decisions by departments and City Council. The utilization of the software would automate certain processes and calculations and would allow additional analysis to help identify the best way to allocate resources in the community. It will allow to better implement the City Council strategic priorities, supporting budgeting and planning best practices for the benefits of the Oxnard residents. Additionally, the software will become a key tool in long-term financial planning, helping to meet the long-term needs of the community. For the evaluation of the different vendors, staff defined 6 criteria um, that are highlighted in this slide. We'll go through each one of these criteria in a little bit more detail. The first one was to meet efficient operating and personal budgeting, including approval and version control. With this, we meant having the ability to create electronic workflows for all the operating and capital project budget requests, have consistent format for online submission, and also to the ability to create what-if scenarios to estimate employment costs. The second criteria is to have the ability to prepare a budget book and also to have online budget preparation and presentation. This meant to have the ability to create a budget document for the City Council review and approval, but also to provide electronic access to the community through the transparency portal with capacity to drill down to specific components of the budget, and following best practices for budget and planning preparation. The third criteria, multi-year forecasting capability, refers to the ability to improve long-term financial analysis supporting the city's strategic plan, and also to have a tool that helps to evaluate decisions and identify future needs and how to prepare the city to address those needs with visibility to the community. The fourth component of the analysis includes integration with the financials, and that basically allows to have real-time data to support decisions as the information becomes available. The fifth criteria was to have a regular and efficient budget monitoring and reporting, and this refers to the ability to provide City Council and to the community, as well as operating departments, with periodic budget reports that identify budget surpluses and budget shortfalls that allows to reallocate resources during the fiscal year to better serve the community. The last criteria refers to faster implementation, to identify which vendor was able to complete the implementation at a faster pace. With all these criteria, the staff compared the different proposals of the vendors. From the 3 vendors that provide demonstrations, only 2 of them, ClearGov and OpenGov, provided a cost proposal. And here we're comparing the different criteria for all these solutions that were proposed by these vendors. OpenGov met all these criteria and is the proposal that the staff is recommending. Believes that the functionalities and the support for the budget and long-term financial processes justify this additional cost. Additionally, the OpenGov cost proposal would replace the 16 financial transparency agreement that is estimated in $33,000 a year. Why then do we recommend OpenGov? The staff considers OpenGov meets all the city requirements to support city budget and planning processes, specifically in the areas of real-time data integration, multi-year forecasting, and monitoring and reporting for both internal and the community. Improving in all these areas will support decision-making and will drive transparency for Oxnard residents. Finally, the recommendation for the Finance and Governance Committee is that the Finance and Governance Committee recommends that City Council 1 approve and authorize the city manager to execute a 5-year agreement with OpenGov Inc. for OpenGov budgeting and planning software, as well as OpenGov reporting and transparency software for not to exceed amount of $771,493, and 2, approve a budget appropriation of $60,110 in the fiscal year 23-24 Information Technology Fund from available fund balance. This concludes my presentation, and I'll be available at the Finance and Governance Committee to address any questions. Thank you.